Hello, Carlos. How are you doing? Hello, Carlos. How are you doing?
Hello, everyone. Hello.
Hola, hola, buenos días.
Hola. Ernesto asked, and Ernesto commented that he wanted you to be early because he's going to give you some training. Very good, Elsa.
Yes.
Hello.
Hola, hola.
Hello, how are you?
Oh, hello, nice background.
I'm going. I have it.
Pero se te ve invisible. You're invisible.
No, yes, I'm going to take out this part.
I don't know how to do that.
Hello, guys. How you doing?
Hello.
Hello.
Good to see
Paolo.
you, fellow
Hi,
Toastmasters.
Paolo.
Today I will be assuming the role of Mr. Pye, just because he's at the mechanic. He's trying to fix
Yes.
his car at this moment.
I don't
So
know
I will be
how.
taking his place. And just to let you know, Elsa, I'm going to make you a co-host today so that you can help us with muting those unwanted sounds that might appear somewhere.
Okay, okay.
Y
Okay,
ahí más
great.
o menos se ve. Mira.
So the idea is very simple. Let me make you co-host. There you go. Now you are the co-host. And as you can see, if you just put your mouse right above some person, let's say Carlos or Norka, you will see the button that allows you to silence people. So
Mute,
basically,
yes.
if you detect an unwanted sound, you can do that.
Okay. And I have to go person by person.
Yeah, it would be easy because the most of the people actually they do mute their microphones, but
Okay.
here and there you can hear a sound, and so you can check the list also. By the way, if you look at your right where the participants are, you can see the list of people who are speaking, and if you see the microphone,
Yeah.
you can
Yes.
silence them. You can
Wait.
silence them too, and it will be easier for you to detect whose microphone is producing any sound.
Okay, wait, can you repeat that part?
Sure.
Hello.
Take a look at your right.
Good
I look
morning.
at
Hi,
the-
Soledad. How you doing?
Hello.
Hi,
Take a look
Soledad.
at your right side, and there you can see the microphones of every one of us. And so if you detect any unwanted sound, you just click on silence.
Okay, but I see, okay, the names, right? Here
Yeah.
says everyone in meeting, Ernesto Pye, Carlos Millones, Norka Muñoz, Soledad, and Paolo.
Exactly.
But
There
I
you
don't
have
see the
Norka,
microphones.
Soledad, and everyone. And you can silence them or
But-
ask them to reactivate their audio.
Wait, you see that I'm going to see the microphone of each one of them, right?
Yep.
But I don't see the
Yep.
microphones. I only see the
Sure.
names. Uh-huh.
That's weird.
There's a list of the names.
Yeah, and then there is a camera icon and a microphone icon. You can't see that?
In the list?
Yeah.
No?
Oh, okay, so never mind. Just click on the person that you can see on the screen and silence them.
For example, Soledad. Soledad, but no, I can silence Soledad only by looking here in the upper part, Soledad. Now I mute her.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
it.
yes, you did.
Now
Yes, you
Soledad,
did.
I'm going to unmute Soledad. Unmute. No.
It's going to ask her to reconnect. So she has to decide whether she wants to activate the microphone or not.
Okay.
So that's pretty much it. It's weird that you cannot see that. Let me check if you are still the co-host. Yes, you are co-host. You should be able to. But
In the left side.
Just easy, patience, a lot of tolerance. You will do it. You will do it. You have a great teacher there. It's a great, Paolo is great on that. You're
Yes,
really
Thank
learning
you.
from the best. There are
He's
some
really
limitations
great.
when you learn from the best. Be
He's
careful.
helping. He always helps me.
Sure, don't worry, don't worry. Eventually you will see it. By the way, make sure that you click on participants. If you look at your screen down below, you can
Yeah.
see participants, voting, chat.
Okay.
Now you
Yeah.
can see it, right?
See the microphone? Yes.
Perfect. That's
Okay.
it. That's it.
Mute Carlos. No more mute. I mute. Okay.
Totally. Wow. Great.
You did it.
I'm going
You
to
did
mute
it.
Norka. Oh, okay. I have to put participants. There are 6 participants. I see the microphone and I see the little camera for video.
Exactly.
Wow. How it
Yeah.
feels to have the power at your hands.
Yeah.
Now you have the power, my friend. So go ahead.
Wow.
Everybody, only me is going to speak today.
Yes, Abraham Lincoln once said, if you want to test the true character of a person, of a man, give him power, and then you will see his true or her true character.
Wow, that's my true character. Okay.
We have
Paolo,
a tyranny here.
why? Yeah, because I'm co-host, that's why I have a little red light there.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Paolo, Soledad, okay. Yeah,
I think
now
we are.
Yes, no. What does it mean, yes? Yes. No.
Oh.
You see there is a little green
Buttons.
that says yes. There is a red one that says no. There is a go slower, go faster, more, clear all.
Oh, okay. I've never used that before, so let's not get into it.
Yeah,
I have
let's
no
have it
idea
for the
what that
first
is
time.
for.
The first
Yeah,
time.
but don't worry for that. Don't worry for that. We will.
But Pablo, here is a button that says mute
Yeah.
all, mute all. So when there's a speaker, I can.
You could do that, but just be careful because sometimes you can even mute the speaker. So be very careful with that.
Oh, okay. Uh-huh. Yeah, it's better to mute, ask everybody to mute their microphones, to silence their microphones. And if I see that somebody's making noise, I can mute them individually.
Sometimes it's time for the speaker to speak and he's during the speech and there's a background noise like a dog or something, so you can immediately identify that person. You mute the person. That's pretty much it.
Okay.
Are we okay with that?
Yes, okay.
Fantastic.
Eunice is mute. Why?
Oh, we have a name. By the way, do you hear that little ring bell?
Yes.
That means that because you are the co-host, you can admit people or don't admit them. So basically, I'm going to be doing that. Don't worry for it. But if I forget to, maybe you can help me with that. And once you click on admit, they come in.
We have Dagmara, and there were two more, but I don't see them anymore. Serife. Oh, Serife
is here.
Oh, Serife, welcome. Dagmara, hello.
Yeah.
Good morning, Dagmara. Good morning, Sharif. Welcome to our meeting.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Oh, good evening.
Hello.
Rama, hello. Hello, Serife.
I'm going to leave you guys for a moment, okay?
Okay. Now I understand. How are you? Ernesto, hello, how are you? Ernesto is here? No, Ernesto is not here yet.
He will be the master evaluator, but I will be supporting him until the moment he arrives.
Okay. Rama.
Hello everyone, this is Rama joining from India.
Oh, welcome Rama. Welcome to our club, to our meeting club.
Thank you.
For joining us. Okay, everybody has unmute her. Okay. Dagmara, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. How are you, Elsa? Are you keeping sweet?
I'm okay. There's too much cold here in Peru. I am freezing.
Yeah, you're sweating and it's not.
Andrew Bennett. Admit Andrew Bennett.
Right. So good to have everybody here.
Andrew, hello. Steve Davis. I'm going to admit him.
Elsa, you're having a great job. So great.
Wow.
Wonderful.
This is my first time. I'm going to do my best.
Great. That's it. That's the point. That's the point. We can always do things better. We can always learn.
Yes. Hello, Bamsi.
Hi, Steve.
Hi, Carlos. Long time no see.
Yeah. Hi, Andrew. So glad to see you here, guys.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, how are you? Nice to have you here in the meeting.
So we are in Peru. July is a very special month. We're celebrating Independence Day, and the core day has been the 28th of July. But I mean, we all celebrate, but at home, a great moment of reflection, family gathering, and all that.
Fantastic.
Happy Independence Day.
Oh, thank you.
What time is it? Hello, Rama. How are you? Now I can see you.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. So is it Independence Day in Peru?
I can hear you.
Is it Independence Day in Peru today?
No, it was just yesterday, the day before yesterday.
Oh, okay. So belated Happy Independence Day to you all.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hello, Zach. Welcome, Zach. Gardella. Luis Gardella, hello, how are you? Welcome. Pavan, hello, Pavan, welcome. How are you? Vikram, good morning, hello. Welcome, Vikram. Jhon Navarro. I'm going to open the door to Jhon Navarro. Jhon, hello, how are you?
Fine, thank you. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests. Hello, it's good to be here.
Hello. Okay. Wow. Another visitor, Ruben.
So,
Ruben, hello, how are you? Welcome. Another.
it's going to be a big party. It turns to be a good party.
I have to open the door each minute.
Right.
Carlos, hi everyone.
Hello, Vikram. So glad to see you here.
Doris, are you here?
Yes, yes. It's time.
Okay. Welcome. What time is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Now it's time 12:30. We have to present our president. Carlos Millones, hello. You're welcome to our meeting.
Thank you, Elsa. There is no better privilege than being with everyone here. And I think today we're going to celebrate togetherness once again. And I hope for always and forever. Togetherness once again and for always. And let me quote Abraham Lincoln, because now we have a new board of directors. And Abraham Lincoln, as you may recall, he said, now that Elsa has all the power in her hands, he mentioned regarding this, he said, if you want to truly test the true character of a man, give him power. If you really want to test the character of a man, give him power and then you'll see. So by seeing this, I want to mention that I want to share our Independence Day. It was the 28th of July, and so far, I have to thank members of the Club Executive Committee. I have to thank Ciro, Bendezu, David Navarro, Elsa Davila, Alexandra Cugler, Norka Muñoz, Doris Romero, for having made all this possible. What you see today is the commitment, is the work of everyone. We are just in a leading committee, but this is the result, the work of everyone. So I'm very pleased, I'm very honored to declare this meeting open. So at this very moment, we are now in our official session, and it's going to be my great privilege to call upon the person who's going to be the leader of this session. We call it the captain, and here we are going to have our Toastmasters of the day. Doris Romero is a very committed member of Toastmasters. She's been with us for so long. She's always been in the last 2 terms part of the committee. There is no coincidence. It's because she is very professional, she's very responsible, and she's a very good friend. And besides, now she's our current secretary. She's a professional translator, and today she's going to be helping us and leading us as a Toastmaster. I want you to please help me welcome Doris as our Toastmasters of the day. Doris, we're privileged to have you here. Thank you.
Dear fellow Toastmasters, guests, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to Lima Toastmasters Club. Welcome to share with us this meeting. I am very honored to have the opportunity to be here with you. And this Toastmaster is very special. Special for what? For us, for Peruvian people. And we are very grateful for your participation today, because it's not only to grow a little bit more as a speakers, yes, but also share with you something that we appreciate very much. Humans, as people, as the country. The 28th of July, we were celebrating our Independence Day, yes? But it's not only that thing. The other thing is that today, in many countries are celebrating the Day of Friendship. It was designed by the United Nations General Assembly in 1958, the International Day of Friendship. And that is why we have 2 or 3 or many great motives to celebrate. That is why I would like to share with you my screen, yes, to show something, to share with you something that I prepared for you. A little bit, please. Okay. That's it.
Dear world, this story begins thousands of years ago. When our great-great-grandparents began a task which all Peruvians still continue to pursue. The task was, and is, very simple: to be as one. As one not only with each other, but with our surroundings. Our earth, our sun, our water, our inner being. We are one, us and the world. This is our way of doing things. Wisdom, harmony, and above all, products are our conversation with the earth, our way of telling you what we have learned, where we come from, and where we're going. In every fruit from the earth, in every stitch of thread, Peru is there. We are a single whole. Our plants and forests are alive in our weavings in our traditions in our pisco, and our pisco in our world-renowned food. We are a world within the world. So here everyone finds what they are looking for. And much more. This is what we were taught. This is what we do. This is who we are. And this is the source of our pride. Peru, dedicated to you. Dedicated to the world.
Hello. Well, it was for you. We want to share this day something from Peru for the Day of Friendship. Yes. And now I would like for you a warm applause for everyone that are present here. Yes, we are celebrating our day, the day of our friendship. Well, we need to continue the program, yes? And now, dear fellow Toastmasters, we have a very interesting program prepared by our impromptu speakers, but besides, we have a very important team. This team is our observers. Yes, this team is important each of the minutes that, for example, they help us not only to grow as speakers. Yes, they are looking for us. We are not alone. And here we are, the first one. I would like to invite Mr. Paolo Carranza, who will be the timekeeper for today. Paolo?
Oh, sorry. Things I'm doing too many things right now. I just missed that part. But thank you, Doris. So my role will be basically to help you guys know what your time is, so that you can cultivate one thing that is very important for every Toastmasters. It's keeping a track of your time. Remember that over time we develop that skill to speak impromptu or with a speech, but to do it on a given time, because it's one skill that we need to develop even for competitions or in our daily life. Since if we develop that, we will be conscious no matter what speaking task we're performing, we will be on time and we won't affect others. So I will make you remember that, and I hope you are on time.
Thank you, Paolo. Thank you. Now our second observer is our grammarian, Mr. James Plunket, please.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon to you all. And I see that you've been practicing your English since the last time we were together. So I'm going to be very observant and careful to take note of any new mistakes you might have today. So be on your toes, okay? Welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Plunket. Now the third observer here is our accounter. Who is she? Miss Soledad Olazo, please. Welcome. We cannot listen to you, Sole.
Now I'm ready. Madam Toastmasters, the purpose of being a counter is to know the words and sounds that are used as pause fillers. by anyone who speaks during the meeting. I will listen for words and count them. Words and expressions like well, so, you know, okay, and repeated words like I, or this means, things like those. At the end, I'm going to give my report for all of you to enhance the way you express to the auditor. Okay,
okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Now, who is the next one? Another observer. Now she is the table topic evaluator. Miss Dagmara Elminowska, please.
Fellow Toastmasters, I have the pleasure to be your table topic evaluator. So hope I will be in the lookout mostly for the good things and things that you hopefully can improve to become even more eager next time to take part in the table topic section. Thank you.
Thank you, Dagmara. Now, here we have a new role. Maybe the listener evaluator will tell you how important is it. Mr. Jhon Navarro, please, welcome.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster, fellow guests, fellow Toastmasters. This is a new role that we borrowed from our fellows from the India Club, Vikrant's Club, right? And essentially what the listener does is that towards the end of the session, the listener will be asking about some of the things that were shared throughout the session in different moments. So I will be listening and then asking, so please be listening and then answering. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, the sixth one of our observers is the last, but not the less important. Yes, is the general evaluator. In this case, we have Ernesto Pye. Mr. Ernesto Pye is here. Not yet. Carlos.
Yes, I will be supporting Ernesto because he's got a little issue on the way to our program. And as you may know, Toastmasters wears many hats, and I'm going to have the privilege to try to help Mr. Pye, right? Because he's a very connotated Toastmasters. So here we have three wonderful evaluators. We are going to have three speakers, and our first evaluator will be Alexandra Cugler, then Antonieta Snively evaluating Mr. James Plunket. Alexandra will evaluate Ruben Garcia, and Elsa Davila will evaluate an icebreaker today, Luis Gardella. And I am sure that they have received their evaluations. They are working with pathways, and I really congratulate all the work of these fellow Toastmasters for helping us and contribute to the achievement of the objectives of the club. That is my role, and at the end of the session, I will be working, or I will share this job with Mr. Ernesto Pye, who I am helping at this very moment until the moment he arrives. He's an experienced Toastmaster. He knows how to deal with it. Anyhow, I'll be ready and attentive. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, Mr. President. Okay, now that is the time to listen the minutes from the previous session. Yes. Okay. Today I will give you the last week's minutes as a secretary of the board. Yes, we started the previous session at 12:30, and I closed at 2:30 p.m. This Toastmaster session was held with 95% of our active members, plus our guests from Peru and international guests. They came from Bermuda, Canada, England, India, Mexico, Philippines, Poland, South Africa, Turkey, USA, and Zimbabwe. We had 40 participants. Before the meeting, our President Carlos Millones and our Sergeant at Arms Elsa Davila were welcoming all the guests coming in time. At 12:30, the session was opened with the words of our President. The first part of the session, Our Toastmaster of the day was Elsa Davila, our Sergeant at Arms, who welcomed everybody and led the session in a warm atmosphere. She invited the observers of the meeting to explain their roles. Doris Romero as the timekeeper, Jim Plunket as both roles as the accounter and the grammarian. He introduced the word of the day, perseverance. Then our general evaluator, Patricia Roisenvit, and for the first time in our Toastmaster meetings, the new role was held by Antonieta Alfaro as our listener evaluator. Going on, the secretary, Doris Romero, shared the minutes of the previous meeting. After it, during the business session, we had the reports of our president, who informed about all preparations made for the signing of the mutual cooperation agreement, which were going to be celebrated between Lima Toastmaster Club and Lima Rotary Club, based on the International Strategic Alliance agreement signed between Toastmaster International and Rotary International in May last year, it means 2019. Our president reported the following. First was that the club success plan had been sent to headquarters with the year goals to be achieved as a distinguished president's club. The second issue was that 3 of 7 officers attended international training in the areas. The president, the secretary, and the vice president of education. Then the third issue was to report that that day would be signed the agreement with Rotary Lima Club. After it, our table topic master, James Plunket, introduced the topic, outliving the coronavirus in times of pandemic, for impromptu speaking. In our educational session, our Vice President for Education, Ciro, Bendezu, explained the new listener role introduced for our Toastmasters meeting, and he briefed us on how to start working with pathways as a new member of the club. In the second part, we had only 2 speakers, one from our club and one guest speaker. The first evaluator, Ruben Garcia, introduced our first speaker, Norka Muñoz, who talked about Toastmasters World. Next, Dagmara Elminowska was asked to introduce her guest speaker from the Poland Toastmaster Club, Ciro, who talked about the power of silence. After speeches, the evaluators Ruben Garcia and Carlos Millones gave their detailed feedback, giving recommendations for improvement. Our accountant and grammarian, James Plunket, gave his report about the mispronunciation of some words, the stressed syllables in other words, and things to be improved by Spanish speakers of English language. Closing the evaluation part of the session, our general evaluator, Patricia Roisenvit, was very pleased to do the general analysis of the session. Then the voting results. For the best table topic of the day, we had Antonia Harrison from England. For the best speaker of the day, Norka Muñoz. Cyril Dim was our guest speaker who didn't take part in the contest. The best evaluator of the day was Carlos Millones. In general, we had an excellent session with a lot of new and interesting information. Here I share the main points of the minutes of the last week and move to be accepted as true and accurate records. Well, it was the minutes. Mr. Plunket, please.
No, I move to accept the minutes as expressed.
Okay.
I second the motion.
Okay, Stan. Thank you. Okay, means we are going on. Thank you.
I call the question.
Yes.
The question has been called.
The question has been called.
For those,
voting.
for the benefit of those that are not familiar with parliamentary procedure, first somebody has to make the motion, it has to be seconded, And then when we've had discussion, somebody calls the question, which means to terminate the discussion, which Carlos just did. And that has to be seconded, and then we move into the vote on the motion. So somebody second Carlos's move to call the question.
Please.
I second.
Norka.
Perfect.
Then we go back to the vote on the main motion.
Mr. Plunket, would you state what the main motion was so we can vote on it, please?
The main motion was to accept the minutes as expressed.
Everybody in agreement with the main motion, please raise your hands.
Okay.
Okay, let us count it. Okay.
Approved.
Anyone against? Majority rules. Majority rules. So the motion has accepted as read.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, we are going on, and we have now our business meeting. For this part, I invite Mr. Carlos Millones, our president of the board. Please, Carlos.
Thank you so much, Madam Toastmasters. This is our last meeting of July, and so far it is also our first month as a new club executive committee, from which I've been honored to be the president, or the member number one, the server. So I would like to first thank you, every one of the members of the committee, for the wonderful job they are doing, for their dedication, for your commitment, for the accountability, for the trust, and for the fellowship. We have all been working together. It is a feeling that everybody is feeling in this very moment through the constant communication. And now you will know why. I will please ask every member of the committee to give his or her report on the first month of what we are doing all together. It is my privilege to be working with them as one of the key members here. Let me call our educational vice president, Mr. Ciro Bendezu. Please, Ciro.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmaster. Good evening or good morning, whatever applies for your location. Mr. President, in this first month, we are going in the direction of helping our members to start their education. So we will keep working in that direction, which is the core of our business here. In our last meeting, in our last board meeting, we have agreed, in order to improve the quality of our meeting, ask our members that sign up for a role to recommend, if they have to sign off in that role, do it at least 48 hours before the meeting. Otherwise, they can, or otherwise find a replacement, so we don't disturb our plan. So that's our main recommendation today. And also, we have to inform that today will be our first session with the Rotary Club, and we're doing all the efforts to do our best. Mr. President.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ciro. What you saw is the meeting we are going to have today with Rotary. This is a joint effort, and I'm sure that we are going to have more about this information coming from our Public Relations Vice President, our fellow member, Alexandra Cugler. Please, Alexandra.
Mr. President, thank you so much. This month has been very interesting, active, and I want to thank everybody in the club for helping us with all the tasks that we had to develop because of this digital transition that is teaching us how to meet online. So the first thing I want to tell you today, you need to stay until the last minute because we have a first small celebration today at the end of the meeting. Then I would like to thank Soledad Olazo because she has joined the Committee of Public Relations and is helping actively in recommending the birthday celebrations in the chat privately and finding all the names of our Toastmasters from the past and obviously from the present. So we are really preparing for the 60th anniversary. And all these celebrations are now in a calendar, so you will find it in our website. Mr. President.
Thank you again. It's a wonderful chance for me to work with so many great people. And as we're working as a whole. I might not forget. Please go ahead, Alexandra.
Excuse me. I didn't mention what we are having today is our first meeting with the Rotary. And this will mean an introduction to a new experience because Toastmaster 3098, we've always been working in English. This time we will also practice some of the roles in Spanish and share the experience with a club as well known as Rotary, which internationally has signed an agreement with Toastmaster all over the world. This is a very important moment for social work, for public speaking. So this will give us all the chance to learn from two huge institutions. And 100 years of this club in Lima are very meaningful. Mr. President, thank you.
Thank you once again. And we also, Mr. Plunket, please, you have something to say.
If I may, I would like a clarification. I understand due to a chat between you and the president of Rotary, there was a theme about whether we were going to use Google Meet or Zoom. We have to clarify this to make sure everybody goes into the right meeting.
Yeah. Let me just answer you very briefly. I received a phone call. The club generates the Zoom meetings, and in this case, the person in charge is Mr. Ernesto Pye. He generated the meeting, and I know that non-intentionally, unintentionally, he placed the word meetup. I already coordinated with him. And we're going to solve it by reporting directly to the members that they should use the Zoom connection. So it's not, I mean, Ernesto just unintentionally produced that, but at this very moment, as he called me like an hour ago, it's very difficult to change. We're going to correct that. I apologize for that.
Well, no, we're going to correct, Carlos, excuse me. We're going to correct it in the sense that we're going to go in as usual.
As usual.
Zoom,
right.
Just ignore the Google Meet and just go into Zoom with our normal password and our code.
Right. That's
okay.
No, Jim, excuse me. This is another meeting. Okay. Our Thursdays meetings.
Yeah, okay.
It's a meeting that you are all registered and participate.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. From 12:30 to 2:30.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, this meeting with the
Rotary.
Yeah. It's also via Zoom, but it is from 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock.
Yes, yes.
And it's a different password, a different ID meeting, okay?
Yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, I misunderstood. Okay. Carlos, could you put that on the screen again, please, the invitation?
All right. I think it's fair to clarify this. Let's see. This is what they have prepared, right?
It's very clear. I'm sorry. I beg your pardon. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, fine.
Right. Yeah. Thank you. It's good through this communication, open communication, we will always find ways for saving or solving stuff. Now let's move on with the administration of the club. And in this job, nobody else than our third time re-elected consecutively treasurer, Norka Muñoz.
Thank you, Mr. President. So as of end of the month, I would like to say that the club has in dollars, $5, and in soles, we have 5,800 soles. So we need to work in our use to adjust the soles that are related to use, because as you know, the exchange rate of the data amount in Peru is increasing. So it's a work that we need to do. Another thing that I wanted to say that until July, until this month, we have 1 dual member and 2 reinstated members. For August, we will have 1 new members and 1 reinstated member. So it's the thing that I wanted to share with you. Thank you, Mr. President.
Please, Ernesto, go ahead.
Yes, I would just call on the secretary, on the treasurer. I think to have money in dollars, it will be wiser, and try to do it as soon as possible, because probably it will increase more.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. David, are you around? David Navarro, our membership vice president? Well, David is a very important businessman. He's working in a mine. So, but I will report that David is doing a wonderful job in recruiting potential members, and he's devising a strategy on having speechcraft to train potential members and perhaps open new clubs. And he's also working on protocols so we can analyze better the effort of the members in terms of better follow-up and helping members to log in pathways and on the local website, because we have found that this is key to members' active participation. Davis is not here, but we are a team and we support each other. Our dear Elsa Davila is our surgeon at arms, and I'm sure that Elsa also has news as of today.
Elsita, it's not fair, the microphone.
Hello, good morning. Well, as everybody knows, my responsibility is to receive everybody so you can feel as home, in a sweet home. And for that, I am learning much about using the Zoom. So today I have been the host. I have been, every time that they ring bells of the house, I go quickly with much love to open the door and enter.
No.
Thank you.
So sweet, Elsa.
Thank you so much. And of course, you already know Doris. She has reported so many things, but here is the good news. We are facing unexpected times. This is an unexpected challenge. Everyone here faces dramatic, tremendous changes. Change has changed. things that nobody had ever expected. Yet, fellow Toastmasters, you can see, you can feel, and you can evaluate that we are moving forward. We make sure we will keep our promise. We're going to keep this legacy alive. We're going to prepare the foundations for the next 60 years at least. So here we are, and we are going to continue working because this is what brings us all here. Togetherness, fellowship, and effective oral communication as the base and foundation of this wonderful organization that we all belong to, Toastmasters International. Madam Toastmasters, please.
Thank you, Carlos. Yes, as you know, we are working for you. We are working for the club. Yes, everybody. We have on Mondays we have our executive meeting, but besides all the week we have some WhatsApp meetings. Yes, and we are doing our best for you. Now, dear Toastmasters, it is your turn to talk. We were talking, informing you, reporting all the things that we are doing. And now is your turn. But we will begin the first part of the session, one of the most exciting moments, yes. But in order to make it possible and to pleasant, I say, we will invite the table topic master. She is from Cusco, yes. Do you know what is the meaning of Cusco in Quechua? Well, it is the navel of the world. That is why here in front of you we have Norka Muñoz. She was invited especially for this meeting from the navel of the world. Please, Norka.
Thank you, Madam Toastmasters. Well, as dear fellow Toastmaster, hello everybody. And here I am wearing a specific hat. It's not in black. This hat is used for women, the north of Peru, and they wear this kind of stuff while she or they are riding horses, a specific breed of horses. I don't know how to call them because it's the caballo peruano de paso or caballos de paso. But in English, I don't know how to call them. But this is the stuff, the hat that they usually use, women, okay? And it's from the north. So, talking about the table topics that we have today. As you know, Peruvian people, as me, were celebrating our Independence Day during the whole week. Before COVID-19, Peru, all of us were used to celebrate Independence Day for at least 2 days, 28th and 29th. However, this year, the things are changing a little. So, since we are an international people here in this meeting, I think that it is a good opportunity to talk about Independence Day. I hope, really I hope that this part will run great. So I would like to call, I saw Steve. Is Steve there? Steve Davis, okay. So we are talking about independence since the beginning until now. So I would like to know, according to your thoughts, to your ideas, what is the meaning of independence for you?
Thank you, Norka, Table Topics Master. Fellow Toastmasters and honored guests, it's my pleasure to talk about independence because that probably marks me as a person more than anything else. I am fiercely independent. I support other people's independence. I don't like to see people being kept down by any system. I want to see people succeed and to have equal chances to succeed. And I regard every person and every living being as equal. That's my path in life. So independence for me, it comes down to every person being treated fairly and given a chance to succeed. That is independence, not being held in any kind of a bondage to any system. Peru, I had never been to. I want to visit. I've visited many countries around the world, but not ever south of the equator. I've been to Costa Rica, but not as far south as Peru. Well, I don't know a lot about your Independence Day, but the concept of independence, I totally understand. I'm a United States citizen. I was born here in the state of Oregon, and I definitely appreciate the Independence Day. Where's the timer? I definitely appreciate having Independence Day for your country, and I hope to visit there one day. Thank you very much, Norka.
Thanks, Steve. So, well, I would like to share my screen. So, first, you can see here, this is Caballo Peruano de Paso, or Caballos de Paso Peruano, and she is the girl that is wearing the hat. So, Peru has several patriotic symbols. One of them is this one. I don't know what happened. Yeah. One of them is this one. In Spanish, we call it el escudo peruano. I don't know if in English we can say it a coat of arms of Peru. So, Paolo, could you there?
What's happening? Paolo,
Paolo.
we are voting already.
No.
Really? Are you voting?
Paolo.
Yes, something is in front of us.
That's weird.
This is a question for you. Do you explain us how or what these kind of things of codes represent for us?
Oh, all the symbols that we can see on the screen.
Yeah, this is the coat of arms. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna be bad here. You're going to know how I wasted my whole education by not learning these kind of things at school. I'm a total ignorant of what the symbols are, but I think that's a tree of the quina, I guess. The other one, I would say, I have no idea how to call that. And this one, I think, represents abundance of the gold that we have in the mines. I don't really know. But here is the thing. I was very into history when I was at school, but because the way my teachers used to tell us the story of this. But when we went to the symbols and patriotism and what our nation is for us, that seems to have been something I cannot recall from my education. And I remember growing with this idea that we are Peruvians because of other things. Maybe because I loved the way the interactions were with my family, but I never felt so connected to these kind of things as one of my uncles, for instance. He way older than me, and he used to tell me everything because he worked at the military, as a military. And I remember him telling me how important this was, and we should sing the national anthem. And it was fun because I was a kid, but I never really felt connected to it as much as he was. It was funny because we had a big flag, and we used to make like a celebration every 28th of July where we put the flag on the roof, and it was fun, but I never felt really connected. And that doesn't mean I don't love my country. I love my country, but I think there are other reasons to be proud of it. I'm proud that we could live in a country where we know our values and we respect people and we help others. But in regards to this, as I said, I'm not really connected to those symbols.
Thank you, Paolo. Yeah, and well, what you are saying is really true, but we know that our patriotic symbols try to teach us something, and this is maybe love for our nature. So you are saying the truth that that Peru has to live with now. So another important symbols that we have is the flag. As you can see here, the flag of Peru. It has two colors, red and white. And the red represents the blood that was spilled for the fight. White represents purity and peace. So we can tell that flags really try to represent something that the countries has to live, or the people have to live. So here I would like to ask, Pavan, is there?
Yes.
Pavan, could you, I'm going to stop, I don't know. Pavan, please, could you explain us maybe a little story about your flag? You are from, sorry, India?
Yes.
Yeah.
India.
So maybe you can explain us about the colors or something about your flag.
Yes. Well, good evening, good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Myself, Pawan, and I have been given a topic to speak on my country's flag. So it consists of tricolor, saffron, white, and green, which represents saffron for Hinduism, on white for Christianity, and green for Muslims. So these are all the major three communities in which India lives. So it says like all are equal, and we have one more in the center. It is called Ashoka Chakra. It is a wheel shape which consists of 26 lines, which represents each state in the country. So if you look at our flag, you can see it is called like a unity in diversity, and you can get what are the number of states we have in our country and how we all living in a same world, same state. And that's it from my end. Sorry.
Sorry, I have some issues. My computer has some issues. Thank you, Paul. So, Peruvians have some traditions to celebrate Independence Day, and most of them are according to our age. So the things that Paolo said, that's right. So I would like to listen to Stella, please. Stella. So when you were a little girl, what did you do for Independence Day?
Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. Well, let me think. Okay. Not a long time ago, but anyway. We used to, with my family, you know, we used to go to watch parades. Yeah, I remember that part, that we used to get up very early, about, I guess 5 a.m. in order to go to Brazil Avenue to watch the parade. So we have, then, I don't know, having some fun around Lima, downtown. That's what I remember. Most of, yeah, when I was 6, 7, 8, that's what we used to do.
Oh. Okay. something else that you remember, or that's it?
Well, when I was younger, I don't remember something else, but I remember that when I was like 16, 17, when I was a teenager, yeah, I think I did all other kind of things, you know, like traveling. That was even better. Yeah, traveling around and visiting relatives in other places. We used to spend holidays visiting relatives in Arequipa, in Cusco, in the jungle, in the I don't remember Chanchamayo. We used to go to Chanchamayo too, and we used to visit relatives there. That's I think the best part.
Okay.
Thank you, Doris.
Thank you, Stella. Okay, so as you can see, traditions are very important and it changed because of our age. When we were younger or children maybe, we used to do the things that our parents asked we to do that. And then when we are bigger, that Stella says, we're going out, traveling or something more, I don't know, exciting maybe things. So July is a month of tradition. One of them, nobody says about that, is to have circus in our city. Circus in our city, in our country. So Toti, are you there?
Yes. Do you hear me?
Yes, yes. What do you think about the circus work?
Well, the presence of the circus is very symbolic during the month of July, perhaps a little bit of August. And it is something very interesting, very amusing that many people, nowadays, I cannot see too many great circus, very big circus. Nowadays, until the last year, I didn't really see too much movement, about the circus. But I would like to talk, Norka, I'm sorry, about something that Paolo said, that it is very true. You know, since I have been very little, I have not been motivated by my family about to be patriotic. I think that Peruvians do not have the feeling as the Chileans, as the people from Ecuador, from Bolivia. I have always felt that Peruvians, it is not that they don't love their country, but we're not enough motivated to our love for our country. This is something that I have always noticed, and it is a pity. And for that situation, many things has happened to Peruvians because of this lack of love, of being close to our traditions. As you said, for example, the coat of arms, sometimes nobody knows what is the meaning of that. No, perhaps you see the coat of arms and you know it's el escudo peruano, but what does it mean? Why the flag has two colors? One of them because it was a dream of one of the leaders of our independence, San Martin. And as it many things that happens in Peru, the young people do not know, do not understand. And this lack of motivation makes people not to be patriotic. Nowadays, in July, nobody goes, the people that can, nobody goes to visit Peruvian regions. They go outside. They go to the beaches from other countries, looking for the sun and all that. And that's what happened. We need motivation. And I don't know when it is going to start, this motivation. Dear Toastmaster. Sorry, dear topic leader.
Thank you, Toti. Thank you, Toti. So what interesting what you say, but that's true. That's true. So, well, I don't know if yes, we have time for one person more. Alonso, are you there? Alonso, yes. Alonso. Well, if you want to invite a friend, a visitor to another country, from another country, to visit Peru during Independence Day, how do you, or how could you motivate him or her to visit our country?
Okay, first of all, good afternoon to everyone. It's very nice to be back. And well, about the motivation that I will give to my partner of other country, I will tell him something that I think about the Peruvian people is that we are very patient. We have very patient to the things that we do. For example, I have a very nice story to tell you is that during this pandemic, I started a channel of YouTube to teach mathematics. So it was kind of little by little, it was growing and growing and growing. And then I had the opportunity to work into a virtual platform. And that represents the perseverance that Peru has. And it's represented in all our history, since the War of Independence, since all the problems that we had, not only in, for example, the Pacific War, for example, a very important event on the Peru's history, but also in every event of our Peruvian history. The perseverance of Peru is represented in every stage of our history. So that's the kind of motivation that I will give this partner of our country to get interested in visiting us.
Okay. Thank you, Alonso. Thank you, Alonso. So really, I enjoy the mini speeches that all of you or each of you were saying. One of them were motivating, and Toti and Paolo, I really think that we are working on create maybe more love to our Peru as a Peruvian people. So thank you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, Norka. Thank you. You know, the topic is so interesting, but possibly, yes, it is very necessary for us. Yes, Peruvians know more about Peru. Maybe many foreigners know more about Peru. That is the reason they are coming to visit us. Yes, but well, we love Peru, but not only when Peru is playing football. Yes. Yes. Well, we continue with our program, and for this part, we will have the presentation of our educational vice president. Yes, Mr. Ciro Bendezu, the vice president of education, please.
Thank you, Doris. Fellow Toastmasters, my job as BPE is to promote education among their members. Toastmaster International itself is created as an educational organization with the purpose of educate people in their leadership and public speaking skills. As you know, Toastmaster has an educational system called Pathways, very well designed to help you achieve these goals, these skills. In my last two presentations, I show you some of the benefits and how to start using Pathways. But now I want to hear from you. I want to hear your experiences, your difficulties, because I think you had enough with presentations. So please, I'm gonna play the role of listener of my speeches in Pathways. So I'm gonna start asking you, fellow Toastmasters, about this. Can you, any one of you still troubles accessing our websites? If you say no, means everybody can access with no problems our websites. Jim, hello, Jim.
Ciro, last night I finally got started investigating and looking around, and I'm finding things. Of course, it's a new world, but it has to be done. And I think once we do get used to it, it will be very helpful. The main concern that I have is finding my accomplishments so far and where I have to go. You know, this is a thing that I'm working on because I was brought up under the old scheme for so many years with the manuals, etc. And I only got up to my silver level, which is a shame, and I'm embarrassed about that. But anyhow, there's still time to make up for it, and I want to become a DTM like Steve and so many other people. And so therefore, I want to know where to go next. You know, here I find out that I'm in Pathways and I'm giving an icebreaker that I gave 55 years ago or something, you know. So, but I'll make it. And I think under your guidance and Carlos, etc., that I will make it. So I'm encouraged.
So
I'm encouraged. I'm not afraid.
It is good that you now can access our websites, so you have no problems logging in to our websites.
No.
Okay, did you choose your path already?
Yes.
And which path is that?
A dynamic development.
Dynamic leadership?
Leadership. Dynamic leadership, yeah.
Okay, so what you have to do, Jim, is follow the course in your project. Pathways gives you some steps, like you have readings, you have videos, you have a lot of information that you have to go through. So so you already on in the track of Pathways. I think you are a good candidate to keep working on in Pathways.
Yes, and I will. The only thing I'm concerned about is that Pathways recognized all the work that I have done in the past under the old system, because, you know, I reached the ACS silver level. Okay, you mean to tell me that after all that work, I cannot continue on to my DTM, now getting involved with Pathways, or I have to start all over again with Pathways?
Jim, for that question, I will ask Carlos, please, to answer that question. Carlos, please, your microphone.
Dear Toastmasters, as of last year, I faced the real truth that by June 2020, all the fellow members who have been working with the old traditional manuals and systems, the system was due on June the 30th, so last month. Unfortunately, this was news, and it was no news to all the Toastmasters. We all knew about that one way or another. Mm-hmm. I regret myself. I didn't research for the right information. That's not about Toastmasters, that was about me. Me, myself, I've lost my track of 10 or 15 years in Toastmasters. I was an ATM silver word and many other things. Now I began my Pathways last June. I finished my first Pathways, I'm working on the second one. So unfortunately, Mr. Plunket, this is something that everybody knew, and Toastmasters has finished the admission of these submissions regarding past programs and all that. Nothing to do about that. I think my experience now is proving I was right. I'm doing all the work in a way with less effort than before, and I'm very proud. I learned the lesson.
Okay, thank you, Carlos. Let's please go now learn more about our members.
Ciro, I think Vikram wants to contribute something valuable.
Yeah, yes, can I add a point? Can I add a point here, Carlos? Toastmasters International allows the old curriculum. We can complete DTM this year till June 31st to 30th, 2021. We can only complete DTM. The TI allows us to complete DTM only. No ILS, no ACS. We can complete DTM till next year.
Yeah, it's still valuable. You can
yes,
still.
The people who have completed ALS can go on to complete DTM before June 30, 2021. Only DTM is allowed to be done.
Oh.
That's
yes.
Right.
Well, that's something new we didn't know about. Okay,
There's
thank
an exception. Right.
Thank you, Bishop.
So, if you have completed ALS till now, you can go and complete DTM before June 30, 2021.
Okay, thank you. That's very good news.
One more point, if I could add to that. I don't mean to interrupt.
Yeah, Steve.
Okay, if you have not completed your district service to get your ALS, that's an Advanced Leader Silver Award, which is necessary to complete the DTM. All right, now I just did this, so I know a lot about it. You still have until June 30th, 2021 to complete that, and that will count as both. You'll get your club coach requirements in and also your full year of district service. Look that up, and I'd be happy to help. I'm the Vice President of Education for our club in Oregon, Sherwood Town Friars. And so if I can help, Ciro can help you as a colleague and fellow Vice President of Education, please let me know.
Steve, if I may interrupt and ask you one thing. All right, now I have my ACS. I've had it for quite a while.
ACS, that's Advanced Communicator Silver.
Oh, I was thinking the silver. I was thinking of the advanced silver level. Okay, I have silver.
Well, you have to get your speeches in last year, and so you have to reach AC. Correct me if I'm wrong, Vicar. I think you have to have all your speeches done last year, right, for your advanced communicator goal.
No, Steve, he was telling that he has completed ACS, so there's no speech left. Only DTM is remaining. That's all.
Okay, it's hard to understand you, but I've looked into this before, so I'll look into it again.
Please.
We have to know the rules. Okay.
Yeah, because I got to the ACS silver level. The next one is the gold, and I think Ernesto has been working on the gold, right? Ernesto, you got your gold, right?
Yes, I presented to Toastmasters the papers on May, Carlos, but they haven't processed the request.
No, but you are requesting your gold level, right?
Yes, and then I am working on my silver leadership.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, see, now I'm confused about that now because I have the ACS silver, and I thought I was supposed to go to the gold level, and then I could go after my DTM.
Yeah. So the PA is not accepting gold now. They are only accepting DTM.
Dear Toastmasters friends.
If you have not completed gold, you need to jump to pathways now.
Mr. Plunket, you have to start all over again.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so this is your first speech. By the way, guys, we need to move on to the next part because I think everyone is ready for the speeches. So be careful with that. And let's continue.
Thank you, Paolo. Thank you, Mom.
Thank you, Paolo. Thank you, Ciro. Now we are moving on. It is the time for our Toast Evaluator. Yes, table topic evaluator. Yes, Dagmara, are you ready? Are you here with us? Dagmara, please.
Hello, thank you, Doris. And I have the pleasure to evaluate table topic session. I found it fascinating as a foreigner to be part of it. And I find, first of all, that everyone was very passionate about the symbols and about independence that you were talking about. Starting from Steve, again, Steve, I found you really passionate. I think you can really relate to the independence. I don't know whether it's because it happens in the same month and you still so upbeat after your own Independence Day, but definitely you showed also the connection by talking about friendship, by talking about visiting Peru, which is really good to build when we have a table topic. What I would recommend to you is probably changing tone of voice, because sometimes it's good to stress certain words like independence, and just to add this more spice to our speech by changing tone of voice. The second speaker, Paolo, was talking about coat of arms, which was nicely done that you were able to execute it, starting from humor and then following by personal stories, which are really good. And whenever we can, we should always aim for personal stories despite of the time limit. I would suggest to you, Paolo, to limit gestures a bit more, because I think it's good to have some purposeful gestures, again, to stress certain part of your table topics. And it can be quite hard when you're passionate about something, so it's just to pay attention more. The third speaker was Pavan from India, and I like that you showed the pride of your country and you were able to share with us some interesting facts from your own country, which I think not only I was interested in to hear, but also Peruvian friends from Lima Club. What I would suggest to you is you could use the time a bit more, because you were quite short with your presentation. So you could do stronger closure, but possibly as a foreigner to us, you could talk a bit more about what those symbols mean to you. Because I would like to hear a bit more what those 3 colors of Indian flag mean to you personally. That's how you could make it your speech a bit longer. Estela, I really like that you were able to link those 2 parts from your personal history when you were a little girl, 6, 7 years old, followed by creating some link between experiences as a girl and then a teenage girl. So linking friends and linking family, which I really like from your personal story. But I would encourage you to use gestures at all. I found that we were focusing too much on your face, and it would be nice to have a bit more action in the front of camera with your hands. Toti, what I really like is that you were really passionate about the encouragement. You clearly are very passionate about your country and encouraging people to really know the meaning behind the symbols. And I think you would be a brilliant speaker at any political rally, I believe. Then as something to work on, I would encourage you to focus more on eye contact, so it would be even better incorporated into the passionate speech you delivered. Alonso, the last speaker, well done, Alonso, and thank you for your presentation. I think it's the first time I had a pleasure to listen to you. And the positive thing, it was really one presentation, and I think you will all agree, it seems to come naturally to you with your smile, and I think it just felt really warm, the way you delivered your presentation. And I would encourage you to work a bit more on, again, on the structure of your presentation, to make it a bit more, you know, with more engaging opening and then closure, to have something for us to think more about. But I like, you know, how you encourage us to do something during the pandemic, and well done on your YouTube channel. So that concludes my report, and thank you very much for those wonderful table topics. And back to you, Norka.
Okay. Thank you.
Sorry.
Don't worry. Don't worry. Now, here we are. We have the presentation of our 3 speeches. Yes. For this purpose, we will invite Alexandra Cugler, yes, to introduce our first speaker, Ruben Garcia. Please, Alexandra.
Thank you, Mrs. Toastmaster. This time we have another icebreaker, and this is Ruben Garcia. He's a teacher. He has probably done icebreakers before, not only for Pathways, and he's a very beloved father, a very beloved teacher, and he has also been a president for our club in Lima. Please welcome Ruben Garcia. And please name the title of your speech.
It's a boy. Imagine a man running on the hallway in a clinic, shouting, "It's a boy." It looks like it was his first child, but it wasn't. It was his sixth child. Oh, but he was very excited. And the mother of that baby was also excited. It happened a long time ago. We are talking about 50 years ago. So when they took this baby home, what happened? All the sisters of this baby, the brothers, were really excited too. They thought the baby was a toy. Everyone wanted to carry him. Oh, this is my brother, this is my brother. So everybody was really happy. The boy was cute, beautiful, but he used to cry as much as necessary to be fed as all the babies. But the most important thing, the boy was healthy, because for us who believe in God, to have a boy, to have a baby who is healthy is a miracle still. The baby grew up. He went to the school, preschool, okay, then the school, elementary school. In elementary school, this baby was very playful. He liked to study, well, to play more than to study, I think. When he finished the elementary school, was nice, lots of pictures. It was a good class. He studied in a school for boys and girls. Then he started the secondary school. Obviously, this boy didn't study alone. It means that he studied with his brother and his sister in the same school. So he was always protected. There was no bullying for him, because he knew immediately that if somebody disturbed him, he could call his older brother who studied in the same school to defend him. Great. So in a way, this boy was quite spoiled in school too. The problem was when his brother and his sister finished school before him, he was alone. Actually, he was in the 5th year of secondary school, which is the last year. Interesting. That obviously he could make lots of friends. He was an average student. He liked to do many things, especially exam time. Always during exams, became very nervous, very, very nervous. That it made him to forget many things about the topics or the lessons that he had to answer in the exams. But he really wanted to say something before his schoolmates. In another way, I think that he wanted to become a Toastmaster since he was in school, because the teacher and all the teachers did something that was very repetitive. What was very repetitive? It was that they say, okay, you are going to talk in front of the rest of your friends but about a topic, but she or he didn't prepare him for that. It's like, do it and you know how to do it. That's something like that. Well, in the adolescence, he started studying English and computing. But because the parents heard that it was good for him. It was, they were the careers of the future, computing and English. Well, when he finished studying English in the third year in a local institute, he started teaching. The first day or the first time that he started teaching was, oh, terrible. But he enjoyed teaching. Oh, really? Yes. And he wanted to become a professional. So he entered university and he started studying education. After studying education, all right, he continued teaching in a more professional way, of course. Then he had the opportunity to travel to Australia to study the master's in linguistics. Good. When he came back, he opened an institute and then a school. Well, he was developing this career that is one of his passions. Now he wants to restart the company, but now for personal and professional growth for teachers of English, what we need in our country. Now, in the adulthood, he's very, very happy because you now already know who I'm talking about. Yes, that man I'm talking about, it's me, and his name is Ruben. But now that you know, now the baby is my grandson. So 15 days ago, I became a grandfather. Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you. Very interesting. All of you, are you paying attention to all the details? Our Jhon Navarro will ask you many questions. Be ready. Well, now we are going on, and we have our second evaluator who will introduce. Oh, second evaluator is Elsa. Elsa Davila, who will evaluate Luis Gardella. Mr. Luis Gardella. Elsita, could you please introduce Mr. Gardella, please?
Yes. Today is my pleasure to introduce an engineer that he has been Toastmaster for more or less 2 years. For reasons of work, he has not been assisting to the meetings. But today he's going to give his icebreaker, and the title of his speech is My Journey. And he's going to speak for 4 to 6 minutes. And I would like you to help me give him the welcome to Luis Gardella with a big applause. Luis Gardella.
Mr. Luis Gardella. Luis Gardella, could you listen to us?
Let's move to the next speaker.
Okay.
Please.
Okay, well, now our third evaluator, Ms. Antonieta Alfaro. Yes, please introduce our third speaker, Mr. James Plunket. Please, Antonieta.
Yes, I'm very happy to introduce this very special speaker, very known by all of us and very dear to all of us. He's a role model for many, and he keeps on being so and doing so, not afraid or scared about starting all over and taking in new challenges. So I'm very happy to and congratulate him on being on his path, on the dynamic leadership pathway, and starting all over again. Similar story for many, so I'm going to once again follow his good example and be on my path this coming month. He's actually he's the person that I'm always grateful for to introduce me to Toastmasters. I met him when he was the leader of the AMCHAM, the American Chamber of Commerce, and talk about at the luncheon about this great organization. So we all, for many reasons, are very grateful to him. He is going to deliver his first speech, and the purpose is to deliver a presentation in any subject and be willing to receive feedback and use it for his second speech. The title is, I've Got Good News. please help. He's going to be speaking for 7 minutes. Please help me welcome our dear Jim Plunket.
Hey, I've got good news. He's fine, he's in good shape, and he'll always be an inspiration to me. Who is he? Well, his name is Harold McNichol. Little short guy who was born and raised in North Hollywood, California. He was one of the first 32 surfers in California. And his first board was a used board that he'd bought that was built in Honolulu in a Japanese shop. And he just revered that particular board, and he used it all the time and really became an excellent surfer. Well, then World War II came along. He had already had some experience in pilot training, and so he volunteered. He joined the Navy Air Corps, and he flew for the Navy. Luckily, he didn't have to go to any serious battles over in Europe. He was sent to Brazil on duty. And when he was finished, he came home and somebody said, hey, Hal, there's an opportunity in Peru to be a commercial pilot for a new airline. Well, he immediately applied for the job and he got it. He came to Peru for the first time and he started flying for this company, but all of a sudden they had some financial problems and they went broke. Well, somebody recommended he try Fawcett Airlines, which was very popular in those days. And then not too long after that, a gentleman called Robert Jackson, who was a founding member of our Toastmasters Club, one of those most esteemed personalities in Lima Toastmasters, and he put him on stream and recommended that he apply for a job in Panagra, which was Pan American Grace, a big airline at that time. Well, he got the job and he started flying. And one day when he was flying back from a typical routine flight between Santiago de Chile and Lima, Peru, he looked down as he was arriving to Lima and he saw these beautiful waves at a place called Punta Hermosa, which is just south of our city. Well, he got some friends together that were surfers. They went down there, they tried the waves, and he founded this particular area called Contiki Beach in Punta Hermosa, which is still very popular today amongst the surfers. Well, he came back to Lima, he continued his work as a pilot, and he was living with some bachelor pilots right near the old hotel, the San Isidro Hotel. And one day he met this very lovely German girl who was an au pair. In other words, she was a babysitter for a very esteemed German family, an executive who was working here in Lima. Well, he became friendly with her on and off. And then one day she came by and he looked down from his balcony and she said, Harold, how you doing? Oh, I'm fine. How are you? And what's going on? Well, I'm leaving. I finished my contract. I'm going back to Germany. Oh, please don't move. So he ran downstairs and he said, oh, listen, you know, I would like to ask you something. What's that? What's that? Ursula, would you marry me? Oh, well, yes, thank you so much. So they got married in Lima and they had the reception at the Country Club Hotel and people tied tin cans on the back of the car and they had a lovely honeymoon. And then he resigned and he went back to the United States and he got a job with another company that flew charter flights. And what do you think he did? He flew a few famous people to their concerts around the States. And you know who used to sit by him in the co-pilot seat? Mick Jagger, John Denver. And he just had a ball flying these personalities around to their concerts. Well, eventually he and his wife started their own company, like an employment agency for pilots and stewardesses, and they did quite well. But when he was here in Lima, he had another very interesting experience. One of his friends who worked at the counter at Panagra at the airport was a friend by chance of a very famous movie star in Hollywood that most of you know. And his name is John Wayne. You familiar with him? Of course you are. Well, John Wayne came down to visit his friend, and being a surfer, John was invited by Hal to the Waikiki Club, which is a big club here for all the surfers. And one evening, he was there standing by John Wayne, and John Wayne said, "Hey, that's a very attractive girl over there." And another guy said, "Hey, no, listen, she's got a boyfriend." No. Al said, "They broke up. Don't worry. She's single now. And if you want me, I'll introduce you to her." Oh, that'd be wonderful. So he introduced John Wayne to Pilar Payet.
Yes.
They fell in love. They got married, and they were married for more than 50 healthy years and had a wonderful life together. Well, Hal was just a tremendous guy, and I'll never forget him because he was just super. He was an outstanding athlete, a surfer, a pilot. He had a wonderful life meeting all these personalities. And I talked to his wife, Ursula, not too long ago. He used to be very active with me on the internet, but now he's just about to complete his 100th birthday, and he's still at it. And I think it's just great news.
Okay, thank you. Now, please, Mr. James Plunket, it means that you have very interesting stories, yes? Not only in Peru, but you were living all all your life. We have very interesting stories to tell us.
You'll hear more.
Thank you. Now it's the time to invite. Then it is time to invite our Elsita, yes, to introduce Mr. Gardella, please.
Yeah, thank you. Toastmasters, fellow members, it's a pleasure for me to introduce a great engineer who has been for 2 years Toastmaster, but for his work, he couldn't assist to all our meetings. And today he's going to give his icebreaker from a pathway. And the title of his speech is My Journey. And he's going to speak for 4 to 6 minutes. Please help me receive Luis Gardella with a big applause. Luis Gardella.
Hello, my name is Luis Gardella. I am a Peruvian citizen. I was born in Arequipa. But when I...
Your microphone, maybe?
Okay, better?
Better. You should lower the volume of your speakers, and that will solve the issue.
I was saying I was born in Arequipa, but when I was a baby, was brought to Lima, and I only knew Arequipa when I was 20. I was happy to know the place I was born. Arequipa is a place where many illustrious Peruvians have been born. I am a civil engineer. Graduate from the National Engineering University in Lima. Got a scholarship to graduate work in the United States. Got my master's at the University of Kansas. After I went to work for a building contractor in Chicago. and later for a construction and engineering firm in New York. I came back to Peru and worked heading the construction department of a sugar agro-industrial complex in Chiclayo on the northern coast of Peru. Later, I worked as construction supervisor for the Banco de Crédito, and in the end, I could develop my own companies in consulting engineering, construction, real estate. The consulting engineering work allowed me to be able to lead professional teams, multidisciplinary work, and to develop vision, macro vision of macro engineering for projects, complex projects requiring different specialties. It also allowed me to know many places in Peru, and the coast, the highlands, the jungle, as well as in construction. I was successful in my construction company, Public Works, at a time when it was possible to do so without incurring corruption. Later, the rules for bidding were changed. Corruption was extended everywhere. I couldn't be able to work under those rules. But, these last days, I have decided to work strongly to try to change the corruption in Peru, which is the major problem. This is a difficult task, but I am working on it. The means, the ways, deserve another speech later. I hope I will be able to have the chance to do it. Thank you.
Doris,
We can't hear you, Doris.
Doris.
Oh.
Yep, you are on mute.
Oh,
Now you
sorry,
are.
sorry, I couldn't notice. Yes. Thank you for our speakers. Thank you for the speeches. Thank you for sharing part of your life. Yes, it's not so easy to open our lives to everybody. I know it, yes. But at the same time, it is good to know more about everybody in this club because we can trust everybody. Yes, part of our life. That is the reason that we are building new friends. Yes, and friendship is to be open to others and to trust. Yes, now is the time for our evaluators. Yes, and I'll invite you, our first evaluator. Who was the first evaluator? Do you remember?
Yes, I remember.
Oh, okay. Alexandra, of course you are the first, please.
Oh, thank you so much, Madam Toastmaster. This time I am evaluating a reincident icebreaker master. He was really amazing. Ruben Garcia totally used props. I mean, have you ever heard an icebreaker using props? He had music, he had baby voices, crying baby, and he really made us enjoy the whole story of his life in a panoramic history. I think it was attractive for our attention. Everybody was listening to the story, and he really satisfied all our curiosity about his life and a bit more. And the only thing I could tell Ruben is to practice on the pitch, on the pace. So I understand it was very well prepared to keep us in the track, but a little bit more slowly could make it even better. So congratulations, Ruben, because you really made it interesting. You had a good eye contact, good vocal variety. It was clear, and you were really aware of your audience. So what can we tell you, Mr. Ruben Garcia, Icebreaker Master? Thank you, Mrs. Toastmaster, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, thank you. Now, our speakers were men and our evaluators, girls. Yes, and the second evaluator is Antonieta. Antonieta, please, to evaluate our James Plunket.
Sure. Jhon, I want to congratulate him again for being in his pathway. And Jim delivered a very well organized speech, an informational speech. He has a very nice style. He's a seasoned Toastmasters, as you all know, with a lot of experience. So his presentation was very clear. His vocal variety excellent. He masters this going up and down in tones and speed, etc. He verbally communicates very well. He has some facial gestures. He was very, very comfortable in spite of dealing with this new technology. And of course, his speech was very interesting, you know, a lot of content and information to share with us. Now, how can I suggest for, or how can I help for him to improve for his next presentation? I'll probably recommend a little bit stronger opening. And I know, Jim, you can definitely do that without necessarily repeating the title, which was already mentioned, but just go on with the question or go on with your anecdote, go on with your introduction. And also the eye contact, and that's something that we all have to work on when, again, adapting to this, the technology, speaking to the camera. So we need to find out where the camera on our cell or our laptop or our computer is in the screen to be able to look at it, so we come across like we're talking and speaking to the audience. Instead of, in some cases, or to the, when we project to the TV or just to some other part of the device, but to the, you know, camera itself. And the gestures also are very good in the face, but putting the camera a little bit farther also can incorporate some of the hands. And I know he's a master because we've all seen him face to face, and he is, you know, a great example of Toastmasters. So we just need to adapt to this new challenge for all of us are doing so. So it's great to see that we're all learning, we're all improving, and as, of course, very glad to give some feedback and congratulate again to our super team, Plunket.
Thank you, Antonia. Now, you know, it is the evaluation from our Elsita, who is evaluating Mr. Gardella. Please.
Thank you. Luis, congratulations for your speech. You are really an example to follow. Yesterday, with great enthusiasm, patience, and commitment, you decided to make your icebreaker in the pathway. And it was a great icebreaker. You made us feel part of your story because you told us your life as that part of your life as a story. And we were inside of that story, and that let us see you as an individual, to know more about you. You had an opening, you had a body, and you have a conclusion, and your language was clear. It was easily understood. You made a very well use of voice. Maybe you can use different levels of voice, and maybe move your hands, but you look great. You did a great job. Wait. And I really appreciate your icebreaker, and I would really like to hear your second speech. Thank you, Luis Gardella, for an excellent speech.
Thank you, Elsa. You know, here we had 3 speakers and 3 evaluators. Now is the time for our observers. Yes, who is the first one? Paolo, are you here? Please, we are inviting you for the time report.
Sure, it would be my pleasure to share with you the results. Let's start with the table topics with Steve Davis going up to 2 minutes, Paolo, myself, 1:45, Payban, I'm sorry if I mispronounced the name, 1 minute 30 seconds, Estela 1 minute 40 seconds, Toti 2 minutes 10 seconds, Alonso 1 minute 40 seconds, and then with the speakers, Ruben 6 minutes 10 seconds, Luis 4 minutes 30 seconds, and Jim 6 minutes.
Okay, thank you, Paolo. Thank you. What about the evaluators? Okay, well, now is the turn of our accounter. Mrs. Soledad Olazo, please.
Yes, Madam Toastmaster. I'm going to give you the notes of the grants.
Baja el volumen a tu teléfono, ponle un vibrador. No, yo no uso el.
Okay. Table topics. I have here Norka, table topic leader. He said once, twice, the 3 times, 2, 3 times, and so is the word, the feeling word he used the most, 12 times. Steve, okay. Paolo repeated us 3 times, when times, and 3 times.
No, yo tengo que estar a mi pelucón. No te has mandado nada. Pregúntale.
They repeated the word so 5 times. Estela made some sounds like 4 times, once, 2 twice, and Toti repeated the word well twice, and I 5 times, off 5 times. Alonso, he repeated sound 13 times. It's enough. So I can continue after the speakers are evaluated. Okay?
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Sole. As you see, we have the time. We have the accounters, yes?
Sure.
And it helps us a lot because we are improving our way of speaking. And now is the turn for our new role, the listener. The report is prepared by Jhon Navarro. Please, Jhon.
Thank you very much, Madam Toastmaster, fellow guests. I have made some questions. I'm going to show you briefly, okay? I have made some questions here and here. So this is another page for questions.
Many questions for you.
Okay, and then I have another one.
Oh.
But I know we don't have too much time. Okay, guys. So I'm going to ask volunteer Jim Plunket to give me a number between 1 and 25,492. 1 second. No, 1 and 25,491 only. Yeah, not to make it too long.
247. 247. 247.
47. Okay, I have hearing problems. That's why I'm. Okay.
That's okay. I know that. Thank you.
Thank you. Quick question. Okay. Our president opened the session citing somebody, making a quotation. Whom did he quote?
I arrived late. I didn't hear him.
I don't believe that. Question is open. Everybody can answer. Whom did he quote?
Abraham Lincoln.
Thank you very much. That's 1 point for Ciro. Thank you. Our Madam Toastmaster told us that today we're celebrating a very special day. What are we celebrating today, July the 30th?
Independence Day.
Which?
Friendship Day.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Tonight's session with the Rotary Club, will be through what platform? What platform?
Zoom.
What time?
6.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. What is the meaning of Cusco in Quechua? What is the meaning of
Navel of the world.
Navel of the world? Very good. What is the meaning of navel? You don't know? I will show you. No, maybe I shouldn't. How did Ruben open and close his speech?
With a recording of a baby.
Baby screaming.
Perfect.
Right.
Jim Plunket mentioned 3 famous people in his speech. Who were those people? You can't answer.
John Wayne.
Robert Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
Mick Jagger. Mick Jagger. Mick Jagger.
John Wayne.
John Wayne.
John Wayne.
Yeah,
John Wayne.
And
Mick Jagger.
And Jhon Navarro. Don't forget that. Where did Luis study his master? Where did he study his master?
In Texas, United States. In Texas. Kansas University.
Alas Peruanas.
I think it was the University of Kansas. Luis, is that right? Where was that?
Kansas University.
Where?
Kansas University.
Kansas
of University. University of Kansas.
Perfect. We're about to finish. Our first evaluator said that Ruben was a what? An icebreaker master. The second evaluator called Jim our
role model.
What?
Role model.
No. He's not a role model. Our
father.
What?
Super Toastmasters.
Our super
Toastmaster.
Our super Jim Plunket. And I couldn't agree more. Our third evaluator said that Luis is an example to
follow.
An example to follow. Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you. Very interesting. And all of you were, I don't know, all of you were paying attention to every moment of the speakers. Yes. Thank you. Yes. Okay. Now we are calling to our grammarian. Mr. Plunket, please.
Thank you very much. My father was a military. No. My father was in the military, or my father was a soldier, my father was a pilot in the Navy, etc. But a military, no. Okay? When we were bigger, when we were older, bigger means you've eaten too much. No, but when we were older, okay? People from equator, people from Ecuador, our neighbors, the country of Ecuador. Pandemic. The accent is on the second syllable.
Pandemic.
Vice president. No, vice president. And then the classical error every week, non-native speakers, is to put an E before the S words in English, which you're not supposed to do. For example, I heard skills, steps, speeches, studying, a story. I don't want to hear that anymore. I want to just hear the S. Skills, steps, speeches, studying, story. Okay.
Story.
Difficulties, difficult. Soften the I. I like to use the word, I think it was Antonieta that said revered. Esteemed, I like it very much. Good. A little bit more slowly. No, a little slower. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Plunket. Thank you. Very interesting points to pay attention, yes, in our speech. Okay. Well, the next part will take part our Ernesto Pye. Yes, the general evaluator, please.
Well, I missed part of the meeting because I had some problems, issues with my car, and thanks to Paolo, which very kindly opened the meeting for me, and he did a wonderful job. And for the first time, we had our Sergeant at Arms, Elsa Davila, handling very nicely the waiting room, which it's a very annoying task, you know, because it rings a bell and you have to get into it, get the people in. I encourage everyone just to come in on time, you know, for the meetings. It's much better because it's really disturbing sometimes. I think we had a great meeting. The board is doing very good reports. I like Ciro's idea of hearing from feedback from the rest. It was a nice touch there. Only Mr. Plunket has a problem that he captured all the attention for a little bit too long time, and now we are going over time. Okay? So, and it's difficult for him. We understand him, and Jhon, excellent way to do the listening job. It was a wonderful job, and I think I really encourage other people to use your example. Okay. And it was very interesting. I think that we had a very good meeting. I missed the word of the day. I missed the word of the day. Somebody was claiming for the word of the day, but the grammarian fell asleep. He was totally asleep during the word of the day. And he forgot because he was working in his gold level indicator. And
I didn't say it. I didn't say it.
The word of the day was asleep.
Asleep. Yes. Well, we had a wonderful meeting. Andrew, you have to lend me your hat, your silver hat. You can wear it now. It is very nice of you showing up again. And Paolo, I think we cannot handle the voting the regular way, no? We have a technical issue. We are trying. Yes, that's why it appeared. Okay. We are trying to get Elsa to do the hosting, and I for the first time in 4 months, I didn't do anything. But when I came in, I just made a mess with the voting system. So sorry about that. Okay. So you can choose the best of the day, the old-fashioned way, but just voting through the chat. Okay. If you want to vote for the best topic, and the best speaker and the best evaluator through the
Please
chat.
send it in private, maybe to me, or just write
Yes,
to me in private.
Okay.
Yes, you can send it privately. Okay. I will vote. Just give you a few minutes. It takes a while to compile, but sorry for that. We'll try to work out the solution for next meeting, hopefully. Okay. Carlos, I think everyone has cleared the Zoom directions for tonight. Can you please share them? Because Dagmara wants to practice her Spanish. I know you are giving her classes, so she wants to show off with her Spanish. Can you share the screen with the Zoom invitation?
Sure, of course. Of course, I must have it somewhere else, right? Yes, here it is, right? You have here the path with the ID code and the pass code.
Yes.
So just by Zoom, it's going to be a Spanish meeting sponsored by Lima Toastmasters as part of the expansion program.
Okay. Well, that's all, folks, for my side. Thank you very much. Wonderful meeting.
Thank you, Ernesto. Thank you.
Excuse me, Ernesto, where do we send the, you said to send the votes through the chat?
You can send it to Paolo.
Okay.
Okay. And he will count the votes, and sometime next year we'll see who the winner is.
We're just finishing. Just hold on for a moment.
You can.
Yes, please keep on bringing your votes. Keep on bringing your votes. I'm counting them.
May I ask you a question?
Sure.
Yeah. No, it's to Jim.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because I know that you are now maybe a Peruvian citizen by heart. So I would like to know, how was your first Independence Day here in Peru?
My first Independence Day was spectacular. I went downtown to the Plaza de Armas. I saw the changing of the guard. I saw the cathedral. I went into the cathedral. I sat there, participated in the mass, and I saw the marching afterwards and all the splendor of the activity, and I was sold. I decided I would stay 55 years at least.
Hey, amazing. Well, I really wanted to ask you that question during the table topics, but since you were a speaker, I can't. So nice to hear about that.
Oh,
1 minute for the voting.
Even on Zoom, I still like it.
Should
So
we
let
start
me-
counting?
Let me please use the word of the day. Jim, we know you were asleep.
I think Luis beat me though.
Okay, this
Luis was asleep.
You know, things always happen for a reason. And this time, let me just propose a toast, a sincere toast, and nobody is to be left out. So please go get a glass, your favorite glass, and go get your people who are not present, children, elderly, whoever you want to make part of this toast. So let's use these minutes for the voting to get the favorite glass.
There you go, Alexandra.
Dang.
Celebrate.
9,
Steve, good to see you, buddy.
7, 6,
First
5,
door to Paolo host or Paolo
4,
editor?
and any of those. Don't worry.
3,
2,
2,
1.
1.
Okay, so the voting is closed. Let me check the results for a moment. Okay, here we go.
Don't forget the drums, the drums.
Drums.
Okay, here we go. Let's start with the best topic, okay? So for the best topic today, we have one winner. That's surprising, actually. I was embarrassed for showing my ignorance with those symbols, but I was the winner. Thank you so much to everyone who thought it was worth hearing me. Thank you very much.
The drums, Paolo.
Yeah, I don't have the drums right now because I'm doing too many things at a time. So my computer is going to collapse. Okay, now for the best evaluator, let's congratulate our dear friend Antonieta. So this is for you. Very
Thank
good.
you.
Very
Thank
good.
you.
Good, good.
And finally, for the best topic, for the best speaker of the day, the one and only Ruben. Congratulations, my friend. Now,
We love
just,
babies.
yes, it was wonderful. And by the way, just remember to share us if out to our guests and to everyone here. Remember that if you want to share your opinions about the club, about the meetings, please go ahead, give us a like on the Facebook page because it will help us a lot. And on the other hand, you will be receiving your certificates for today's congratulations later on in our WhatsApp group. What about that? Would that be cool? You will have them there.
Paolo, can I ask you a question before we close down?
Sure.
I get a little confused about the best place to see our activities updated. Is it the Facebook page? Is it the website? Or what is it? I think we get into so many things. Now, what is the place to see the latest as to what's going on in the club?
YouTube.
YouTube?
YouTube.
Yes.
Well, we are on different platforms. In fact, we have our social media, so you can find us like Lima Toastmasters Club on our Facebook page. And then we have our YouTube channel, which is being implemented by Mr. Pye, where you can see the whole meeting uploaded there later on. And then we have our private WhatsApp group where we share our things I cannot tell you about because we are recording, but we do have that group too. So those three platforms are the main ones, just in case. And for the agenda and the formal things, we have the website, which is totally different.
Yes, but you can share porn only in the WhatsApp.
You can share only in the WhatsApp.
Porn videos only in the
WhatsApp.
WhatsApp.
The porn. Oh, that's a shame.
Don't do that on Facebook.
Okay, how about hanging pictures and things like that? That has to be.
That will be with our Facebook page. We will share moments, our moments, our pictures on the Facebook page. You can find us as Lima Toastmasters Club.
But who do we have to channel them through? You or somebody in
Oh, if you have pictures of us, maybe Soledad, maybe Jim, or anyone who has some pictures of old moments that we shared before, please send it to me through the website. I'm sorry, through the WhatsApp group. I will collect them and put them in a good frame, and we will share them with the world on our Facebook page. So yes, I encourage you to do that. And write your reviews. Don't hold back. Write your reviews. Leave us a comment on our social media because that's what they are for.
I was trying to take a photo here to the cell to send it, but for some reason I clicked where I normally click on the cell, and I went off the Zoom meeting just a few minutes ago. So like I love to learn still.
Right.
Sure.
Right.
We are in the process.
Well, we came to the end of the meeting, and we invite all of you to be with us at 6 o'clock. Yes, but in Spanish. Yes, all the session will be in Spanish with Rotary, with the Club Rotary Lima. Yeah.
Okay, Mr. President, Madam Toastmaster, please hold your glasses. Friends of International Toastmaster Clubs, we are going to celebrate the Peruvian National Independence Day, celebrating 199 years of independence. And this is 1 year from the bicentennial celebration. So we are in real trouble. But I want to share this with you because toasts are something about inclusion, co-workers, friends, family, perfect occasions for us to be sure every one of you has a drink to toast, because we are really going through a hard time in this planet. And our thankfulness for this 28th July holiday has only been celebrated one day because of the pandemic. And the reason why we are really going through the real meaning, the clear meaning of it, first place, would love to share with you that Lima was the city of the viceroys. It was very important. So please.
Viceroys,
yes. So please, let's toast for the 3 H. We say health.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Honor.
Cheers. And then happiness. Health to all the world. Honor to those who seek for it. And happiness in our home. ¡Viva el Perú!
¡Viva Perú!
And the last Toastmasters, please listen. So to close this special meeting, I just want to tell you, while we live, let us live. While we live, let us live. Cheers.
Cheers.
Vive la vida y no dejes que la vida te viva.
Thank you.
No, mientras vivamos, hay que vivir bien. Hay que vivir.
Right.
Toti, no se te escucha.
Right. So good.
Yeah, ahora?
Okay.
Now?
So much.
Do you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. I want to thank Dagmara that gave me a good advice when I said that my parents and all my environment were not motivating me to be more patriotic. So it was a good idea, and I was thinking we have to direct this idea to our sons, our children, grandchildren, and teach them many things that I have never thought that I could do, like explaining about the escudo peruano, the flag, and many other things that will motivate them to love more our country. I think it has been a very good advice, Dagmara. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Tony, I have a question. Is your bird there? Do you have your bird?
Sorry?
Again, Steve?
Do you have a bird there? I heard a bird a couple meetings ago.
No, no. Yes, I am in the I am in the last floor, but I don't have birds.
You don't have a bird? Huh?
No, no. It's something about the communication system, but I don't have
Oh,
birds.
sounded just like a bird. Okay. Sorry. All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, you know, Steve shot an eagle last night.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, Jim, by the way, I am in the 4th floor, in the 2nd stage of my apartment, and I am at more or less at the top of the trees, and I have discovered many eagles during the session. I was looking at the tree, and I discovered an eagle nest very close to my house. Yes.
Wow.
So, but it was not the one that was singing. No. No.
Maybe when you were down at the beach.
Yes.
Toastmasters,
Yes.
coming to the end of our session. Yes. Thank you. Thank you for your presence here today.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Thank you, everybody. It was a
Thank
very
you.
wonderful day.
Keep
Wonderful.
safe.
Thank
Keep
you.
safe. Thank
you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Keep safe.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for
See
being here. I think the
you.
meeting is adjourned.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. See you soon. Hope to see you next week.
Okay.
Our
Yes.
6 o'clock.
See you later.
Yes, see you later.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Officially, the meeting has been adjourned, but anyhow, you can still comment on things you like to. Vikram, we have here Vikram, we have Steve, we have Andrew, we have Pavan. Anything you would like to share, please?
Hiya, Carlos. I think that Lima Toastmasters must be the happiest Toastmasters club in the world. And it's been really nice to share in your national holiday with you. It's been fantastic. And you had another guest this evening who was Aisling Lester.
Actually, right.
And Aisling is the immediate past president of the Berkeley Square Speakers in London. She thoroughly enjoyed the meeting. She's had to go because she has to finish off something for work. But she said she's coming back to Lima Toastmasters. So there you are. You've done a good job this evening. It's been wonderful. And Carlos, I know I'll see you at my voice workshop in Excalibur next Wednesday, I think. So that will be great.
Of course.
And if anybody else would like to come, they're very welcome. Dagmara suggested I put the list in your chat. So I'll send that off for you now, just in case anyone's interested in reservations. But it's been great to be with you. And I will never forget as well the listener with his definition of navel.
Right. Thank you. Steve, please go ahead. We'll love to hear from you, your insights.
Luis, I think you should stay a few extra moments if you want, and we practice with your speakers. You've got to clean that up. It really doesn't help your speeches whatsoever. You've got to be able to control your volume and your speakers better. Otherwise, you're going to be in trouble.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Steve, are you there? Vikram, what's your opinion? How long we want to hear you, Vikram. Don't be shy.
Vikram,
no, fine. Right, meeting was successful and it was fantastic. That's the reason I've been attending your meetings since April, I think so. So I love your meetings. I love everyone over here. I met a lot of friends over here, and the way in which you're conducting meetings has been fantastic and phenomenal. So feel proud to be here amongst you all and attending your meetings. Thank you.
Thanks to you. Thanks to you. Antonieta, you're here, and then you see a new platform, a new club. How do you like it?
It's great. I mean, it's great. It's a whole new experience. I enjoy the face-to-face era so much, as you know, and I participated until I could. And actually, this gives me a great opportunity and a great timing for you to join you in this at this time with this new
way of communicating through the camera. I remember we had a project once speaking on TV or something.
That's
focus on the
right. I
camera, which was
remember,
a
yes.
challenge then. And as you know, I haven't been very tech. I've loved the interaction, the physical interaction, and meeting on site. But this is a perfect timing for me, because what better organization to go along this transition than with Toastmasters? Toastmasters having there for us, challenging us to develop our personal and leadership skills. And now, for me particularly, who was not active in digitally with the previous tools that were out there, it's a great time and a great challenge for doing it with you guys, and always learning from each of you, and ready to contribute in any way possible. Congratulations. Let's keep it going and moving forward.
We're glad to have you back. So glad to see you back, Antonieta. We were missing you. We're missing you. Thank you for being here. Let's see, now we have Serife. Serife, would you like to share what your insights are regarding today's meeting?
Can you see me?
Yes, now we can.
Okay. I really enjoyed this meeting. It is full of knowledge for me and so much informative. I am not familiar with this system. Our system is different than yours.
You mean the organization of the meeting?
Yes, the organization of the meeting is different than ours. And I really liked to be here. It gives me different ideas. And the speeches are excellent for me. It is a really great opportunity for me as an English teacher. And the atmosphere is very sincere. It influenced me too much too. I really liked the delivery of the speeches and the relationship between you. All of them are great.
Thank you, Serife. Thank you so much for your ideas. Thank you. Nadia, what's your opinion? You've been here after some time.
Have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you.
I am leaving.
Thank you.
See you in the next meeting.
Bye-bye.
Good.
Thank you so much. Nadia,
you.
are you there? Nadia, are you there?
Nadia?
I don't think she's...
Right. Okay.
No, I Nadia. No, I Nadia.
Yes. What about Ruben? What about Ruben? Ruben, you've been here for so long. Why don't you? How do you feel about that, Ruben?
I think he's not here.
He's asleep.
Yeah.
He's asleep.
Well, Carlos, what's impressive, and it's still difficult to get used to, is the ability to meet new people from all over the world and share our experiences. We're not used to this. We're used to our own little intimate group at the adult center. But now, in fact, I told somebody I gave a speech in India the other day, and they said, "What, in India? You gave a speech?" I said, "Yes."
Yes, all's possible. Yes.
By the way, may I share something?
Of course.
Yeah. Of course.
Talking about this international activity, and that's my background comes. It's been Master in International Management. Love the multicultural and always learning from different cultures, and I've been involved in training in that regard. So this, besides the get together, the meeting with the India club that we were cordially invited by Bikram, the day before yesterday, the 28th, I broke away from some time from the celebrations of our Independence Day to join, thanks and invitation of Dagmara and David from another club, a club in Ireland, and listen to a presentation in regards to the hybrid meetings. And they did this in support of a committee, as a member of the committee that Ernesto is leading,
towards the implementing the vision of Toastmaster, Lima Toastmaster Club for 2021. So it's very interesting, and he'll be willing to deliver a speech when time comes by to do so in our club. I'll be glad to share some information as well. But I think we're all growing in this new direction, right? The possibility of continue having these Zoom meetings and these face-to-face when time comes, as a possibility of doing it, but also continuing with the possibility of having some of us and some people from abroad also joining via these virtual meetings, and both at the same time. That will be the challenge that we look forward to be able to implement if the membership, agrees with it, of course.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. We are open to these new platforms, and we are taking advantage of this. I mean, we see benefits everywhere, and that's what Toastmasters is all about. We can see benefits everywhere, and we can profit from every challenge. I think that's the idea. That's the idea. It's been kind of difficult. Still, it's hard because adapting to this new platform has been a challenge that we began last year in June. But so far, I would say that people like Ciro, people like Doris, Elsa, and everybody now is pushing forward. And the good thing is that we are pushing in the same direction because we all share the same foundation of Toastmasters. That's really great.
It is.
Sure. Luis, say something with your microphone, will you please? What do you think of the meeting today?
My battery is running out.
Okay.
What are you using by the way? You're using a laptop, a CPU? What are you using for your system?
A laptop.
Great.
You're using a laptop, okay. All right,
Ruben.
Now, are you using the speakers in the laptop or independent speakers?
Okay, I think he's, Ruben, how do you like it?
Oh, well, after a long time, I had to do a project of the icebreaker. Wow, it was a new challenge. So I had to think about how to impact since the very beginning, applying the manual of the pathway. So yeah, it helped me a lot, lots of information about how to do it. I think pathway is a great thing. Huh? And I do not regret that I just got my my bronze, the award, the AZB, the bronze, and I was about to obtain my silver, but everything happened, the change of the systems and the education track. So, but I'm really happy to start again together with James.
Well, I began it already last year. After 10 years, I lost my projects, I lost my manuals, they were not recorded, but it is what it is. So I think that we are in a new stage. We should move forward. No other way out. Sure, glad to take it. Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yes. Right. And I think I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one.
Yeah, now we have already made a decision to obtain our DTMs. Yes or no, Jim?
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
We deserve.
Oh yeah. I mean, we've been faithful Toastmasters for so many years. I think we deserve at least an opportunity.
All right. Yes.
Well, there are some requirements. Some of the requirements for for people that are new to Toastmasters in pathways is like my case. I need to complete 2 pathways. I need to have a full year or 2 years as a member of the board, right? And then I have to sponsor new clubs, at least one, and I have to coach a Toastmasters member at least in the first 3 projects, and make sure that this member uploaded his project on the pathways.
You mean for your DTM, you mean? Is that what you're saying?
For your DTM, right. They are the requirements, sure.
Boy. Vikram, you went through all of that?
No, I got DTM old manual, no? Yeah, I went all of that, yeah.
With the old track, with the old.
okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you were smart.
Yeah.
You were very smart.
I was a sponsor. I was a sponsor, a mentor for a club, and I got all the certifications: ACS, ACG, and HPL.
Very good.
So you did that. Sorry, you did that with the previous system or with this system?
The previous one.
Okay.
Previous one.
Yeah, same here. I mean, I got to be a competent Toastmaster bronze in the books, but really in the practice, it was gold. And again, kind of.
Oh yeah, sure. You were DTM.
The papers were not
already.
sent or something
in
like
the
that.
practice.
And here we are.
Yeah, sure.
Right. So Vikram was not only smarter, he was faster.
Yeah.
But then I got a little confused today with somebody sharing that it was open for DTM. So meaning if you were gold, you could keep on going that way. Well, we didn't know that, right?
Yes. No. It's only if you are applying for your DTM, the system would permit you to submit all your documents, your papers for the DTM application. Other than that, nothing else.
Yeah.
Only for your DTM. Right.
Yeah.
So that means
Jim has to start pathways again.
Yes, Jim is going to start path. I did. Vikram, I did from scratch.
Well,
Okay,
likewise.
it is what it is. Ruben always doing the same.
That's why on Facebook I can see that many Toastmasters are obtaining their DTMs these days.
Yeah.
Yes. Right. Yes. Right. Well.
But how
So,
many?
Jim,
Okay, how many? Just as an example, how many speeches, different speeches, would you have to give before you can even get near your DTM?
Well, every pathways, it's about 14, 15 speeches.
14?
14 speeches.
14 speeches every pathway. So you need two.
You need
minimum.
two pathways. So that's 28 speeches.